Alrighty, I think everybody can hear me. Give me 1 second, just adjusting the audio. Sorry, I forgot I've been on here since I last did this. There we go. That's severely affect everything, but we will change it as we go. First off, I just wanted to go ahead and thank everybody for coming out here today. Thank everybody for checking out the stream. First off, for anybody here who is new, this is going to be week 2 of the Bender Designs UMP Modifieds. Also sponsored by Third Party Gaming, Troy's Auto Detailing, and Williams Seal Coating as well. With this, you're looking at our qualifying session right now. We're currently waiting for all the drivers to qualify. As you can see on the track map, multiple are out there on the track right now. We'll go ahead and take a look at our current pole sitter at the moment. It's going to be Dylan Patterson running a 15:07. Chase Keefe's going to be right behind him with a 200th of a second behind him. From there, we're going to have Charles New III, Landon Rogers, Samuel Stevenson, and then Toby Kirk. We'll go ahead and wait a second for everybody. As you see, they're going to go ahead and fill in, so we'll see where everybody finishes. I do apologize for running a little late. Like I said, Hurricane hit us a little harder. Me being a lineman, it takes a while to get everything done, working a little late with work, so I am getting everything overlaid, stuff like that up kind of as we go. I think we are good to go, and everything is good to be live. Go ahead and get my overlays. Let's go ahead and get pulled up to a car who's on track right now. The number 25 car, Christopher Hibbs, is who we got here. Looks like he just finished his qualifying run. He's going to be sitting in the 8th position right now. Another car I see on the track, I believe, is going to be, is that the 12 car or the 20 car? Here we go, of Colton Zimmer. Let's go ahead and take a look at him at the moment. Colton Zimmer up here in the number 20 car. He's going to be your current pole sitter, actually, running 14.92. It's good to see him taking his last lap right here. 3 laps of qualifying in this series. Oh, yep, it looks like there he goes, and he'll go ahead. Can he break a 14.92? Let's see what he gets. 14.92 is still going to be your top time so far for qualifying. Like I said, as of right now, we got, James Murphy just took that with, let's go ahead and check him out, the number 65 car. Looks like he just finished, ended up breaking that on his 3rd lap. Number 6 car I see going on to the track right now. Bo Stenzel is already out there, actually, so we'll go ahead and see him going by. I know he's going to yell at me here for a little bit. Another reason we were taking so long is I guess something is up with my trading paints, and it is not showing everything correctly like it should. So, like I said, I'll keep refreshing it, keep trying to fix it. I'm sure Bo's going to let me know how he feels about it later on. But it is what it is. Give it a chance to refresh. Didn't work at all, so we're going to pull up to Landon Rogers' number 8 car in his modified here as he's coming down the back stretch now. Excuse me, Landon Rogers sitting in that top 10 spot, sitting as the gatekeeper, about 0.28 seconds behind our leader. And it looks like someone else just squeezed into that top 10 and knocked him out. He's currently sitting in on 11th right now. By the way, for anybody wondering, this is lone qualifying. Just with the iRacing update, I'm able to pull in any car I want and see where they are on the track, where they're qualifying, stuff like that. But this is lone qualifying. They entered this in, I believe it was about 2 or 3 updates ago, so from a broadcasting standpoint, it's actually extremely convenient. So it looks like that's going to be the item qualifying. James Murphy is going to be your pole sitter. Colton Zimmer in 2nd, Drew Junkman in 3rd, and Bo Stenzel is going to round out your top 2 rows in 4th. We'll go ahead and wait for this first heat to get started. I believe it's either going to be 2 or 3 heats. We normally take 24 to the feature, so I don't think we're going to have any problems getting all these cars in here for the feature tonight. For anybody wondering, this is an invitation-only league. The only way you can run in this league is you got to make it in running in one of our recruitment races. Don't get me wrong, you don't have to be the best driver in the world. There are some drivers who are around 2,000. There are some drivers who are 6Ks. I mean, if you're fast, we want you, but we also want you to run clean. So it is an invite-only league. If anybody wants to check that out, go ahead and check us out during the off season. We run multiple recruitment races then. While we were sitting here waiting, I really wish I can get my trading paints working. I'm going to have to do that in the future, but for everybody in here car-wise, I do apologize. We're going to be looking at the 65 car at James Murphy, our pole sitter, sitting pole for P1. Outside pole is going to be the number 17 modified of Drew Junkman. Don't know who third place is yet because we were waiting for them to come on the track, but it looks like fourth place is going to be the Ty Williams machine sitting outside pole. Third row inside is going to be Chase Keith. Third row outside is going to be Landon Rogers. And it looks like, I believe that was Levi Wilkerson sitting in third place, second row inside, with Christopher Hibbs sitting in the fourth row inside. So we'll go ahead and excuse me, get ready to get this heat race going. We are going 1 to green this time by, so as soon as they come around, we are going green flag racing, boys. Let me know in the chat who you guys think you're going to win. I see the Toby messages already in the chat. There was a lot of enthusiasm for Toby last week. Let's see if he can get a rebound going on coming into today's week. Week 2, really after the first 2 weeks of the season, you got a real good idea of, who's going to be your contenders, your favorites to win the championship, who's going to be able to make the playoffs, and who's going to really just be on the bubble fighting to get in. Sprints has been, in my opinion, a lot more clear-cut, but man, these modifieds have been wide open. I'm real excited to see them go as we watch James Murphy lead them around to the backstretch and take a green flag. Excuse me. Take advantage while I can to get a nice drink. Sponsored by Jim Beam and Coca-Cola Zero, of course. It looks like we're going to go 1 to green this next time by. I was following the track map. I apologize. I believe we are live. We don't got anything to worry about there, so we'll go ahead and wait one more time before we go green flag racing. Like I said, guys, go ahead and give me your opinion on who you think's going to win this race in the chat. My personal opinion, I'm going to go with Drew Junkman. I don't know if it's a good idea to have me pick you. I've been pretty inaccurate so far, but I think Drew's going to do something good on that outside. I'm very curious to see. Here we go. We're green flag racing. James Murphy's going to take him down the front stretch. Drew Junkman on the outside. Levi's going to try to take that inside. I don't know if he's going to make it around Drew. 3 wide for the front. Drew crosses over to the inside. James Murphy on the outside. He's going to lead lap number 1. Murphy's coming back down on that crossover move. Drew Junkman's back on the outside. James Murphy is going to be your lap 1 leader. Drew Junkman's still going to be sitting in second. Levi right there in third place. Chase Keith is making some ground up, I believe, in fourth. Christopher Hibbs, he was your last place car. He's now your 5th place car, followed by Landon Rogers and Ty Williams. James Murphy is really making some work though. Drew Junkman's trying to do everything he can to get around him. You see him trying to cross over again on the inside. He's going to be able to make a pass. He's going to try to throw it down on the inside, but James is going under him. 3 car was there. There wasn't a lot of room. Man, caution comes out. Let's go ahead and play that one back real quick. That's unfortunate because I feel like we kind of saw that one as it was going to happen. Drew Junkman's through on that outside slider. James is crossing over, knowing that's going to happen. I don't know if Levi has enough time exactly to react to that, unfortunately. But there's just not enough racetrack. Levi's going around in the corner. James is coming down. Unfortunately, they get into each other. We'll see how race control scores this specific incident. As always, we do usually give about 4 laps in between each caution. 1 fast repair for all races. So if you use your fast repair this race, you are good to go for next race. You get it back for the feature. After that 1 fast repair, you do get the opportunity to repair your car in the pits. That becomes very crucial, especially for when points racing stacks up here come week 7 and week 8. While we wait, like I said, just wanted to go over a couple of our sponsors. First off, Third Party Gaming. Really enjoy those guys for putting all this on. Troy's Auto Detailing. If you ever need a car in the Cincinnati area, Indiana, or Kentucky, hit up those guys. They are phenomenal. Bender Designs, our graphic guys here in the Discord. That's going to be Bender, as everybody knows him, one of the best guys in here. We greatly appreciate everything he does, as well as Williams Seal Coating, and I'm messing up the name, I think specifically. Every time I announce his company name, I always mess it up. But always hit up Ty Williams for anything you need if you're in that Butler County, Michigan area. Other than that, I think we're waiting at least one more lap before we go green flag racing. We're still sitting as James Murphy, it looks like, is your leader. Drew Junkman sitting in second. I believe that is Chase Keefe sitting there, second row inside, third place. Landon Rogers is going to be second row outside in fourth. And I believe that is followed up by Christopher Hibbs, Ty Williams, and Levi Wilkerson is rounding out the tail of this race as we get ready to go halfway in our first heat of the Bender Designs UMP Modifieds. Yep, they're going 1 degree in this, 1 degree in this time by. It looks like we got about 5 laps left in the race. Like I said, what's your guys' predictions? Who do you guys think is going to win? I'm still standing by my pick of Drew Junkman, sitting good in second place right here. We're going to see if he can make it happen, as James Murphy is going to lead him down the front stretch for his green flag racing.
Green, green, green.
Ooh, he gets loose. Drew Junkman gets into him. They're 4 wide going in the, holy crap, they're 4 wide going into 1. Chase Keefe tries to take advantage. They're 5, they're 6, they are 6 wide. Holy crap, I don't understand how they made it through. Who's going to be your leader after that lap? Chase Keith in that 14 car, he's really been making some work happen, but holy crap. It looks like the 3 car Levi Wilkerson was who ended up getting involved in that caution. Let's take a look and see what specifically happened. Oh yeah, when they had that, how many wide is that? I wish I could get a little bit better view. Is there a blimp view? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops, sorry. I could show you with the accident. I saw what happened, but 6 wide racing. Wow. Let me go ahead and pull it back. I just saw it. Go ahead and everybody take a look at the right front of the far inside car here, the number 3 Levi Wilkerson. That's where everything's actually going to go wrong for this caution to come out. When they all get together, it looks like that right front unfortunately took probably the brunt of that damage. You can kind of see it wobbling right there. Whenever you have that happen here in iRacing, I mean, you can really see it there. You are not turning very well at all, unfortunately. So that one, it looks like is going to be, unfortunately, on the 6 wide racing. We'll go ahead and get caught back up to our leaders here as we get ready to go green. Alrighty, now we are actually officially halfway through. We had 5 laps left after that last caution. Now we are officially halfway through of the first heat of the Bender Designs UMP Modifieds. Chase Keith is now going to be your leader after, at the very least, we'll call it a very hectic lap after that caution. It looks like that's going to be the number 5 car, Ty Williams, who was able to take advantage of a lot of the craziness, and the number 25 car of Christopher Hibbs rounding out your podium positions. Landon Rogers is going to be sitting 4th place on the 2nd row outside, and filling it out from there, I believe, is going to be Drew Junkman, James Murphy, and Levi Wilkerson as we get ready to bring these cars around. I believe they're going to go 1 degree this time by, either this time or next time by. Like I said, tell you what, it's a bad time to, like I said, be one of my picks. I always pick somebody to win a race, and unfortunately it seems like something bad happens to them. I feel like, just to be fair, I should stop picking drivers, but, you know, I'll get one of these winners one of these days. For anybody that just joined, I want to go ahead and welcome you guys to the Bender Designs UMP Modifieds. This is week 2 of our point series, 12-week season, 8-week regular season, followed by a 4-week playoff. A lot of these guys are racing their way in. Top 10 is going to make the playoffs. If you win, though, you win. It is NASCAR chase style format. You win and you're in. Previous winner is going to be Bo Stenzel for week 1, so everybody in this heat is fighting for a chance to try to get that pole position starting in the feature and try to get that win. That's especially going to be big if we have multiple heats in here. You know, potentially Heat 3 winner starting third place. So we'll go ahead and see how this ends out. Last half of Heat 1, Chase Keefe's going to be your leader as he leads them into turn 4. So we go green flag racing this time by.
Green, green,
Good
green.
restart. They're going to keep it. Chase Keefe got a heck of a start, though. Ty Williams is going to be right behind him. He's going to be your two-time sprint car winner this season. Landon Rogers is going to be sitting in that third place spot. And Drew Junkman, the guy I picked to get it done, sitting in fourth as we lead him to go with 3 laps to go. 2 laps to go, I apologize. Ty Williams will see if he can make a move on the inside. Doesn't entirely throw a slider, but you know he's notorious for trying to make the inside work. We'll see if he can make something happen. Drew Junkman seems to think there's some speed down there too as we go white flag this time by. Who's going to lead this lap? It is Chase Keefe, just barely. Ty Williams might lead him around this corner. Drew Junkman's going to go on the inside. Is he going to have anything for him? Ty Williams is going to shut the door, though. There's contact on the inside. The A-car, oh my God, the A-car goes over Chase Keefe. Who won this race? Drew Junkman, James Murphy, Ty Williams, Chase Keefe. Can we go back and watch that real quick? Holy crap. So let's go ahead and commentate. It looks like Landon Rogers pretty much completely drives over Chase Keefe, which causes Levi and Christopher to get caught up behind that. As you see James Murphy and Drew Junkman bouncing on top of each other over in the front as they cross the checkered flag with Ty Williams coming in the back. I think I finally predicted a winner. I think that was Drew Junkman that got that done, if I counted that correctly. Holy crap, what a race though. So we go ahead. I don't know if Heat 2 can top that, but I'm very excited to see him try. Let's go ahead and get the camera pulled up to one of our favorites, Toby Kirk. Guys, what do you think this car is going to do tonight? Alrighty. Unfortunately, as always, we are going to have to wait till the first lap is scored so I can get the scoreboard up for multiple heats. I do love sim racing apps. They are free overlays. It's the only reason we were able to start broadcasting as early as we possibly did, as awful as I am as a broadcaster. But unfortunately, there are some drawbacks, and one of them is I don't have the exact lineups for everybody. But I can go ahead and get it announced for the best I know it. Starting on the pole for Heat 2 is going to be the number 20 machine of Colton Zimmer. Starting the outside pole, I'm not going to zoom in on his car because he's probably going to yell at me, is going to be the number 6 machine of Bo Stenzel. I apologize for not having my trading paints working like it should. I've been trying to reset the password, do the login on the forums. I keep getting stuck on a kind of loop, so I'm going to work on that after because, you know, I've owned Trading Paints Pro and it's really annoying. Other than that, we'll go ahead and get at the rest of the lineups as this race goes along. We're going to bring them around, I believe, green flag racing this time by. Nope, pace trucks on the track. But in that case, I'll go ahead and call out the rest of them. Looks like the inside second row is going to be the number 12 car of... I don't even have a 12 car on here. Oh, it's Dalton Bragg. It's because he has white numbers on a white logo on my screen. I apologize. Number 12 machine of Dalton Bragg. Outside second row is going to be the number 27 car of Dylan Patterson. Inside third row is going to be the number 15 machine of Charles Anuta third. Third row outside is going to be the number 77 of Samuel Stevenson. Rounding out the back is going to be the number 7 of Toby Kirk. As we go ahead and go green flag racing this time by. Colton Zimmer is going to lead him out of the front stretch going into turn 1. Holy crap, Dalton Bragg gets down on the inside. I don't know who he got into, but there was a lot of contact coming into turn 1. As it looks like we're going to get a yellow. We're not even going to make it through a lap. Let's go ahead and call that back and take a look at what happened there specifically. I know Samuel was back here, so we could probably get a real good view. Yep, let's go ahead and take a look. And we'll go ahead and get a far chase angle of what happened after this start. So it looks like that's where Dalton gets into Dylan, which caused him to kind of come down toward Charles Nuta third. It looks like Dalton came back up into Dylan, got around, and pretty much caused a parking job up here in turn 1. Unfortunately, you guys are not allowed to park up there. Toby Kirk looks like he was involved in that accident as well. So we're going to go ahead and give everybody a chance to get the cars repaired, and we will hopefully get a lap in this coming heat for the second heat of the Bender Designs UMP Modifieds. Do see you in the chat. I do see a lot of love in here for Toby. He's probably one of the more popular drivers from what I've seen in the chat in this league. Go ahead and give me your guys' opinion of who you think's going to win this heat race. I know I haven't made a pick yet, but I think I'm going to pull a dark horse pick out of my butt. I think I'm going to pull Charles New the third. I think he's going to get it done. There's a lot of big names. Colton Zimmer, Bo Stenzel is a multi-time winner in this league. But I think Charles is going to get it done. I think there's some hidden speed there that just has not come out yet in that number 15 modified. Like I said, we're just waiting a couple more laps, it looks like, for everybody to get repaired, get back on the track, as we will go green flag racing for Heat 2. Excuse me. We'll go ahead and we'll sit on car the right front suspension of Charles New the third. Gives us a real good angle of probably what you would be able to see if you had a GoPro here on this car. Even though it's virtual, I do think it is a really impressive angle that we're going to be able to see. I might leave it here, go to a cockpit view as we get ready to go green flag racing. Go ahead and check out the number 27 car, Dylan Patterson. We're going 1 to green this time by. Like I said, I know Bo's going to yell at me later because I don't have trading paints working, but interesting car of choice, I will say, Bo. Interesting car of choice. I wouldn't exactly call it PG-13. So we'll go ahead and go to Colton Zimmer up here as we get ready to go green flag racing. Let's go ahead and see it, kind of what he can see after we get this TV start. Colton Zimmer going down the front stretch, green flag racing. We are going to try to see if we can get one lap in. Colton Zimmer, Bo Stenzel, Charles New the third on your outside, Dylan Patterson on the inside. Who's going to make it work? Who's going to make it happen? Samuel Stevenson rounding out the top 5. Colton Zimmer goes on the inside on that crossover. He's going to get around Bo. He's going to be your leader after lap 1. Bo Stenzel's going to come around on the outside, though. He's right behind him, right on this bumper. Dylan Patterson's going to get around Charles New the third for third, and Charles New is in fourth. Let's go ahead and take a cockpit view of Bo right now and kind of see what he can see, as he's got his hands full trying to get around to Colton Zimmer right now. As you can see, a lot of these drivers, especially these top 2, are pretty much living on the top, pretty much got their right rears right on that cushion. As you can see, a lot of throttle control, but I mean, they're pretty steady for the most part, especially after they catch it on the oversteer. Bo Stenzel doing everything he can to try to get around Colton Zimmer. He's going to try to throw it on the inside. Is he going to have enough? Ooh, it looks like they touched. Let's go ahead and take a better view of what's going on right now. Colton Zimmer probably got the best out of that outcome, it looks like, as he's got about a half a second, 4/10 of a second lead over Bo Stenzel. Dylan Patterson's going to be routing out your podium right now with Charles New the third doing everything he can to try to get around him as we come around 2 laps to go. Go ahead and take a quick view real quick of this battle for third. 2 laps to go right now. Dylan Patterson sitting on the outside in that number 27 machine with Charles New the third sitting in the number 15 machine holding out forward. Dalton Bragg's going to be rounding out your top 5 right now as we go to white flag this time to take it back to Colton Zimmer. This battle for first. Is Bo going to throw this slider? Is he going to do everything he can? Colton Zimmer shuts the door though. Does Bo have the speed to get around him? He's got the crossover. It's open. Can he do it? He cannot. Colton Zimmer is going to win Heat 2. As always with our races, we do have a 3-minute warm-up. Main reason we do it is we've had a couple races where, unfortunately, iRacing sometimes will glitch the track or the driver for getting in the race. The way you negate that, you throw a warm-up in. Also, with all of our races, we do not reset the track state. I personally wouldn't mind if the track got like 60, 70, 80% slick naturally and we just rode it that way. So this is an opportunity for all the drivers to go ahead and get a feel for what the track will be like for the feature, and they can run it in more if they like. It's completely up to them. As we sit here for a couple minutes, we're going to go ahead and take a look at our feature lineup. First place is going to be held by James Murphy, with second place Colton Zimmer. I already missed it, unfortunately. I saw third place is going to be held by Ty Williams, but we'll go ahead and get that announced as we go by. Take a look at some of these lap times held by some of our top drivers here. Who's going to be the favorite to win tonight's feature? we're sitting here as of right now. James Murphy, Dalton Bragg, Ty Williams going to be your 3 podium fastest times as we speak for this warm-up. Who do you guys think is going to be the fastest? I think everyone in here that's commenting in the chat is Team Toby for the most part. I see a lot of love for Toby Kirk machine, and as of right now, it looks like he's sitting about 0.6 of a second off the leader. But it's all about consistency. It ain't efficiency, it's consistency. And if he can be consistent, you never know what he can do. Go ahead and take a look in at the number 5 machine of Ty Williams. Ty Williams looks like he's sitting at the 5th fastest time for this warm-up, about 0.2 of a second off fast time. He is going to be starting second row inside for your feature, 3rd place for you. He looks like he drives around to 3 cars on the outside, avoiding the car coming outside to the track. Looks like we got about 40 seconds left of this warm-up session. Looks like a nice little wreck. Bo Stenzel ends up avoiding it for Ty Williams. Landon Rogers involved as well. Colton Zimmer. Everybody's just abusing the Ty Williams machine, unfortunately, as we get ready to go feature racing. Like I said, I don't know who I think is going to win tonight. I'm pretty much a curse if I pick you, so I don't know if that's a good idea, unfortunately. I might refrain from picking a driver, or I might just ruin someone's day. What do we feel like doing? CUS trophies for Toby. Toby might get a trophy for the most commented driver on the chat, on 3PG in general. Other than people complaining about each other's driving in chats, I think Toby might be the most talked about person in a non-negative way. It looks like our warm-up is finished. We'll get ready to go green flag racing for our feature. Today's feature is going to have 14 drivers. Shouldn't be too bad of a race. Should be one of our, like I said, one of our smaller sessions. So should be a very clean, very efficient race. Knock on wood. Unfortunately, I probably just jinxed the whole entire lobby, but it is what it is. Let's go over your top 10 real quick. Starting on your pole, it's going to be your leader, the number 65 machine of James Murphy. You were points leader at the moment. Second place, though, is going to be held by the number 20 machine of Colton Zimmer. Second row inside is the 2-time winner in the sprint cars this season, Ty Williams. Starting second row outside is going to be the number 6 machine of Bo Stenzel. Third row inside is going to be the number 14 car of Chase Keith. Get that back to the TV. Third row outside is going to be the number 27 car of Dylan Patterson. Looks like 7th place is also going to be held by Drew Junkman. He's not on track yet. I can't click him, unfortunately. Outside of him in the 8th spot is going to be Charles New to 3rd. The number 25 car of Christopher Hibbs is going to be 9th. And outside of him is going to be Dalton Bragg in that white 12 machine holding 10th. Your 11th place spot is going to be held by Levi Wilkerson in the number 3 car. Outside of him is going to be the number 77 machine of Samuel Stevenson. Sitting 13th is going to be the number 8 car of Landon Rogers. And your track favorite, number 7, 14th place, Toby Kirk. And I think he's getting a top 5 tonight. I think some crazy things are going to happen. And I think Kirk's going to get a top 5. You heard it here first. I'll put it on social medias later when I predict it. But we'll go ahead and get ready to get pulled up to James Murphy as he get ready to lead our Bender Designs UMP modifieds down the backstretch and take them green flag racing. 1 to go right now as we get ready to go into 3. Starting zone is going to be the middle of 3 and 4. Anywhere between there and the green flag is on the leader when he wants to go. Let's see when he does it. Oh, he got a good start, I tell you what. Green flag racing, he takes him down the front stretch. He's already got about 2 cars on him. Who's going to lead lap 1? Four wide racing as we come out on the outside. Colton Zimmer on the outside, Ty Williams on the outside, and Chase Keith trying to come on the inside of Ty Williams to try to take that third spot. Bo Stenzel is going to be sitting in that number 6 on the outside as we got a yellow flag. I see the number 15 car turned around to Charles New the third. Let's go ahead and get backed up and see what happened there. Alrighty. Go ahead and get a get a better view. We'll go ahead and take it slow. Looks like it was Charles New to third and Levi. I don't know what happened there specifically. Let's see if I can get a better camera. It almost looks like they got together and I don't know if his left front might have broke, but they touched and the momentum pretty much sent him into the wall. I don't know how they're going to call this one. It's the beauty of race control, and I'm not a part of it. I only had to deal with the third-party gaming pro late models, and that's going to be broadcasted, or not broadcasted, but controlled by me on Thursdays at 10 p.m. Eastern. We'll go ahead and get caught back up with our leaders as we are one lap in of our 40-lap feature, and we'll see who is going to end up leading this first lap still. Like I said, if anybody's wondering why some of the cars look a little different, I am having so many issues with Trading Paints Pro. It's unreal. Been trying to change my password, get everything updated. I own the pro version of it. It has been a headache. It should be fixed by next week, according to the representative of Trading Paints I emailed. So I do apologize if you guys are looking at some of your team's cars or anything like that and they look a little different. But just like I said last week, I remember commenting on this last week, for a car that is for sale, I don't care if it's virtually for sale, this 65 machine, you see the for sale logo on it, I would go ahead and start talking to him. This looks like a very strong, very fast car. Might be able to stay the points leader after week 2. I don't know if he wants to sell it anymore. Second place is still going to be held by Colton Zimmer. Third place will be Ty Williams. Fourth will be Bo Stenzel. Fifth place, I believe, is going to be held by Chase Keith. And sixth will be held by Dylan Patterson. From back there, we got Christopher Hibbs is going to be right behind him. And I believe it is Dalton Bragg in the number 12 car behind him as well. After that, we'll go ahead and let iRacing score the rest, as I believe we are waiting on race control to make a call. Oh, nope, everybody's back on the track now. Looks like they're waiting on that Toby Kirk machine as he goes ahead and gets pulled around the front stretch and gets caught back up to everybody else. I'm going to assume now we're probably going to go 1, 2, go this time by. Go ahead and hold her up. You're catching up to the back stretch. There we go. Yep, there it is. There's that one, the green call. You're going to see everybody go 2 by 2 as we go into turn 1 here and get ready to go green flag racing. James Murphy's still going to be your leader. Outside pole's going to be Colton Zimmer. Third place is going to be held by Ty Williams, who is going to win this restart. I tell you what, James Murphy got a hell of a restart on that last one. He was about 2 cars ahead going into turn 1, and he had about any line he wanted to. Is he going to repeat? What are we going to have? Green flag racing, we go this time by. Colton Zimmer, oh my gosh, Chase Keith in the back. Yellow's already back out. I've completely lost my mouse. Holy crap. I think he hit the tire. We'll go ahead and watch that a little slower. Yeah, it looks like, I don't know how he hit the tire. We'll play it back a little further than that last time, but it looks like unfortunately Chase Keith hit the tire, and I mean, you can't do that. That just took out half of the field. Oh my gosh, that just completely threw a wrench in a lot of people's days, and man, I want to see if Toby Kirk got through that clean. I told you, if he's consistent, something's going to happen, but I never predicted this would be it. Let's watch it a little further back and see how this start goes. Yeah, I think he was just a little low. I'm not really sure how they're going to call that, but gosh, that's unfortunate. I see the 15 of Charles New, the third. Up in the front, Christopher Hibbs, Samuel Stevenson, and that 77 involved as well. That is a lot of race cars, unfortunately. I do think, let's see Toby Kirk make it through. I know he's probably the one everybody wants to see. Let's see his line. Let's everybody take a cockpit view of what Toby saw live. Oh, he definitely played it safe, kept it slow, just stayed on the inside line. He made it through there clean. Let's go ahead and get caught back up to the leaders. Yeah, I tell you what, I thought it was a wind gust that came by. It was definitely a collective sigh of relief. You could definitely feel the wind come by from everybody about 5 mph faster. It was insane, but I see Toby Kirk right there. I believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I believe he is in 8th place right now. I know Same Racing apps will update it as we get a lap scored, but unfortunately we are still sitting in the first lap of 40. As you see that countdown timer at 44 minutes left, normally that's never really a factor, but we are on a time crunch. If it ends up push comes a shove, we'll end up having to stop the race at that point. We have yet to ever have to do that, knock on wood again, unfortunately. I believe we're still waiting at least another lap or two. I see the number 3 car of Levi Wilkerson coming around right now in the backstretch, getting caught back up to the field. I'm probably going to go 1 to green if I'm going to take a guess this next time by. I think everybody is out of the pits. That's usually how it goes. One good race, one bad race. This was a really, really good series last week. Sprint cars were terrible last week, but sprint cars were great this week, and it looks like we're flip-flopping here as well. Hopefully we're able to get at least a couple laps of green flag racing, and we can get some position swapping and actually watch some racing. James Murphy's going to lead them in this time by coming in the 4. Oh, they're not going. Race control did not let them go green for whatever the reason may be. Pace control truck is coming out right now. They're going to have to slow up for a minute, let it come around, and then we'll go 1 to green the next time by. Not really sure what they didn't like. We'll see if we can see it from a blimp perspective. They're not really lined up. Like, I kind of understand. They're not in formation in the back. They're doing very good, I guess, for like the first 3 rows here. First 4 rows maybe, but after that, just nobody's in formation on the outside. Usually what we do here in with any of our third-party gaming iRacing leads is we'll give everybody a warning on that. We want to try to keep formation. It definitely keeps racing a lot cleaner in general, especially on the restarts. So we'll go ahead and get lined back up. Racing controls got them stopped, and we'll go ahead and go racing. That looks like the number 14 car of Chase Keith, waiting to get lined back up there. Unfortunately, when you call starts back in iRacing, it does glitch the pace truck and all the drivers coming out a little bit. I think they're going 1 to green next time by, not right now. I know they look damn good right now compared to what it was that last start, but unfortunately, I think they are waiting 1 more lap and they're going 1 to green this time by. Yep, there is that 1 to green call on our race map up at the top right of our screen. James Murphy is still going to be your leader. It feels like we've done about 15 laps, but I believe we are still only 1 to 2 laps in. Colton Zimmer is still going to be sitting in 2nd, Ty Williams in 3rd, Bo Stenzel in 4th, and Chase Keith rounding out your top 5 as James Murphy leads them around. We go green flag racing this time. Start looks good. Everybody looks clean. No tires were hit. We're going into turn 1. James Murphy's going to take him on the inside, going to lead him on the out. Kind of thought he was going to block a little bit, but he's got some speed. They're wrecking on the turn 1. I think that's Samuel Stevenson and Levi Wilkerson. Let's go ahead and get played back and see what happened. Alright, we'll take a far chase angle and we'll go ahead and slow-mo it, kind of see the perspective of what happened here. The number 77 car and the number 3 were looked like took the brunt of the damage. Looks like 17, 8, and 3 kind of slowed up together. 15 gets into the 3, 3 gets into the 77, and it's just a complete domino, and unfortunately, there's just nowhere to go. Toby Kirk, holy crap, you talk about a save on his part. How do you think he felt seeing this one? Let's go ahead and take a look at his view real quick. He made it around. Toby's safe, Wes, just like you said. Crowd let out a collective sigh of relief. But we'll go ahead and wait for our race control to make the call on that incident. We'll go check out our leader again, James Murphy, and Colton Zimmer still going to be in second place right behind him. I think Bo Stenzel ended up getting around Ty Williams as one lap ended up, I believe, almost being completed. With Lucas Oil, if I remember correctly, there is 2 scoring sectors, so you don't make a full lap. I believe if you are around them and get to the sector, you will technically be scored around them. So that's it looks like how Bo is around Ty. We do go off iRacing scoring system. Other than 6th place of Bo Williams in 3rd and the number 5 car Ty Williams, we are going to have the number 27 of Dylan Patterson rounding out our top 5 as of right now. 6th place is going to be held by the number 12 machine of Dalton Bragg, and number 17 of Drew Junkman is going to be sitting in 7th. 8th place is going to be held by number 8 of Landon Rogers. 9th is going to be the number 7 machine of Toby Kirk, and rounding out your top 10 is going to be Charles New the 3rd. Number 11th is going, or the 11th spot is going to be held by number 14 of Chase Keith. Hang on 1 second. Be right back. Alright, sorry about that. I had to unlock my door. James Murphy's going to take him around. We're going single file racing, it looks like. We're going green flag racing this time by.
Green, green, green.
Can we get a lap? It has been 10 minutes. We are 3 laps in. It's not been a good start so far. Colton Zimmer's going to take him 3 wide. They're bumping and wrecking in the front. I believe there's going to be another caution right there. Not really sure what's going on here with Colton Zimmer coming back onto the front stretch like that. I don't know what they're going to call. It looks like they're still green flag racing. Very curious what's going on in that race control as James Murphy's going to lead him around with Bo Stenzel right behind him. We're going to have to get a replay on that one, and we're going to have to get a call from race control so I can explain what happened on that broadcast there. I'm not really sure specifically. It's Colton Zimmer. It looks like he's about 4 to 5 seconds behind in that 13th spot right now. I don't really know what happened on that. I saw him go in the middle of Bo Stenzel and James Murphy. I think he ended up getting the worst end of it. I'm going to have to see what they end up deciding to call because I'm kind of wondering as well on that. Let's kind of take a look at further what's going on behind the Bo Stenzel and James Murphy. We got Ty Williams sitting in 3rd place. Dylan Patterson's going to be your 4th place car, but you got Drew Junkman in the number 17 battling as hard as he can to try to get in that top 5. 6th place is going to be the number 12 car, Dalton Bragg, as you see the number 8 of Landon Rogers trying to get down on the inside, see if he can get around him. Outside is going to be the fast line, as it looks like right now, as we got the caution this time. Number 20 of Colton Zimmer. Let's take a look at what happened here. Looks like from what I can see, he is battling with the number 3, Levi Wilkerson, and they ended up touching, and unfortunately when they touch, he ended up having a date with that inside tire. Like I said to number 14, Chase Keith, when he did it, there's not much you can do with the car. He ended up getting up and out of the way. We do appreciate getting out of the racing line. As we'll wait for everybody to pass, it looks like he'll get a chance to get his car fixed, and we'll go ahead and go green flag racing again. It looks like we are 8 laps in of our 40-lap feature tonight for the Bender Designs UMP Modifieds. As you can see, it switched to lap 9 and then back to 8 because we do not count caution laps. We're still sitting 8 laps in. First place is still going to be held by the number 65 car, James Murphy. Second place is going to be held by the number 6 car, Bo Stenzel. And rounding out your podium is going to be the number 5 car of Ty Williams. We go ahead and wait for him to go green flag racing, and I believe they're going to go 1 to green this time by. looks like that is going to be the first time we have seen the 3PG race control car out there tonight. I would have had the camera out there before, but I didn't realize he was out there doing the chase rule, especially with as many cautions as we had. But that is going to be Max Bender of Bender Designs running our Bender Designs UMP modifieds, everybody. Um, Alrighty, 1-2 green coming this time by as they come around turn 1. James Murphy's still going to be your leader. Looks like it is the number 5 car, Ty Williams in second. 6 car, Bo Stenzel is going to be in third. Sorry, it threw me off when I do the chase pick like that. Normally I'll go ahead and get the camera view up so we can actually see it. I apologize about that for everybody. As James Murphy's going to lead him through as we go green flag racing. Bo Stenzel's right behind him. As Ty Williams going to be able to hold second. We're going 3 wide again in turn 1. Will they make it through? That's where the caution happened last time. They touched. There's just not enough room in 3 cars. They're going to keep trying to make it happen. Bo Stenzel tries to take it 3 wide again. James Murphy in the middle. It's going to lead him in that caution, or lead him in the first lap after caution. Ty Williams looks like he gets into, I believe that was Dalton Bragg, gets them all bunched up in the middle. 3 wide racing going on in the back. And we got Bo Stenzel throwing the slider. James Murphy crossing back over. Yellow flag is out again. I see. Looks like Levi Wilkerson was caught up in that. Let's see what happened. See, Toby Kirk, the chat favorite. Landon Rogers, Charles New got into each other. Ooh, it looks like a lot of that happened in front of them. It looks like a lot of that started. Let me get that pulled up here. I don't know if there was any influence from the leader. Looks like the 5 car. I don't know if the 5 car gets into the leader or not, but it looks like he gets close, gets kind of halted up a little bit. The 12 car gets into the 5. Drew Junkman gets into the him. And it is quite literally an accordion effect after this. As you can see kind of what happened in the front. And this is what transpired in the back behind everybody, unfortunately, causing Levi Wilkerson to get into the tire. Other than that, it looks like most everybody made it out unscathed outside of Levi Wilkerson. So we'll go ahead and get pulled back up to our leaders, as I believe we're getting ready to go on the green. Yes, we are. No pace truck on the track. James Murphy is leading them around. Ty Williams is still on the outside. Bo Stenzel sitting in third as they come around. Great start by James Murphy. Ty Williams, I think, was taking a nap as Bo Stenzel's already got a car for nose in front of him coming out in turn 2. He's going to try to take that inside line, though, from James Murphy. He is on his bumper. He's been on his bumper all night. James Murphy's taking that outside line. They're getting caught up in the middle. Let's take a view back there. Ty Williams is held back up. I don't know if they get through. I think his car's broke. Caution is going to come out this time by. Let's go ahead and take a look at what happened there. Unfortunately, it looks like Bo Williams and Ty ended up kind of getting into each other. I don't know if Bo slowed down. Ty went in too fast. When that happened, Dylan Patterson ended up getting into the back of him. Landon Rogers and Charles New got in the tie. We'll see how race control scores that instant. Toby Kirk finally gets some damage on his car, Chad. I apologize. It looks like we might have to see him in the pit at one point. He had somebody completely through him at one point. That was very, very tough damage to see for that car, unfortunately. And quite literally half of the Colton Zimmer's car is, being taken over by the left front of Toby Kirk. So hopefully both of those cars are okay as well as we get caught back up to our leaders. For anybody wondering, I believe the 3PG iRacing League record for all divisions for cautions is 17. I never thought we would ever consider potentially breaking that mark, but we legitly might have a contender for that this session. I'm going to have to go ahead and get this picked up and see how many cautions we've had to this point. I believe we've at least had 7 or 8. NASCAR fan, the Pyro, what game is this? This is iRacing Simulator. It's on iRacing.com if you want to check it out. It's a monthly subscription service. We are doing a private league session, but they have multiple online sessions hosted by them that you can do as well. I highly recommend checking it out if you're really a racing fan in general, whether it be NASCAR, IMSA, World of Outlaw, whatever the case may be. As James Murphy's going to lead him around this first lap after caution. We are 14 laps out of our 40-lap feature. Bo Stenzel's going to be rounding out second. I believe that's Dalton Bragg in third place as he is whipping that modified as well as hard as he could on the outside. Chase Keith and Dylan Patterson's going to be behind him in fourth and fifth. So we go ahead and take a look at that caution. It looks like the number 7 and the number 25 were caught up in that. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what happened. Tell you what, unfortunately, Toby, you cannot park it there. Let us see why he was parking it there as we take a far view of Christopher Hibbs in the 25 machine. Let's go ahead and go slow-mo. So it looks like Toby Kirk might have got a little bit loose on the outside, got Christopher Hibbs right on his bumper. Unfortunately, that got Toby into the outside front stretch wall, got him into Christopher, and it was just kind of a constant domino effect. And unfortunately, guys, you cannot park your modifieds there. This is a no parking racetrack, unfortunately. Luckily, Christopher Hibbs was able to get out under his own power, but I believe Toby Kirk is at the mercy of a tow. With you having 4 to 5 laps in between each caution, you do have the ability to still get back out there after a tow and a fast repair. We'll go ahead and see how they get everything lined up after that caution as we get ready to go green flag racing over the next lap or two. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I love NASCAR. We do actually asphalt events. We've been playing with the late model stocks a lot, and Xfinity cars and the trucks as well. So we've been messing around with asphalt. Dirt track's kind of our home more than anything, but man, we really love just racing as a whole. If you don't have a PC, I would highly recommend checking out one of the NASCAR Heat games. I know it's very average and basic, but still has a very fun online community. Outside of that, I know there's some very good World of Outlaws games as well, and they have, I believe, a new dirt track game they just came out with that iRacing's been working on, so you'll have to check that out as well. Other than that, I see on the new sub, I do appreciate anybody that likes and or subscribes to the chat. I never ask anybody to pay for anything for us. Obviously, everything we do pretty much goes back into the league, so any kind of love and support from you guys, we greatly appreciate. I'm going to go ahead and go over our top 5 real quick because we got a quick second. First place is still held by the number 65 modified of James Murphy. Second place is going to be the number 6 car of Bo Stenzel. Third place is a car I haven't talked about in a minute, the number 12 car of Dalton Bragg. Fourth place, it looks like, is being held by the number 14 car of Chase Keith after he had a date with the turn 3 tire. He has made a heck of a comeback. And rounding out your top 5 is going to be Dylan Patterson in the number 27 machine. We got a very strong start, and I'll go ahead and announce one more. Sixth place is the number 20 of Colton Zimmer. As you remember from him, there was an incident where he got in a 3-wide exit out of turn 2 with the leaders. They ended up getting bundled up. I'm still not sure how everything got scored. He got taken down to the infield and pretty much came out on the front stretch. He ended up about 5 seconds behind in last place, and he's already back. I'm really curious to see where that number 20 modified is going to make it happen, but we're going to go ahead and go back to the number 65 of James Murphy. Let's take a cockpit view as we watch him take the green flag.
Green, green, green.
It's like that comment I made the other day. Unfortunately, tear-offs just are not available on the broadcast. I promise you guys, his screen, he's probably tearing it off every dirt speck he gets, and it's clear. there's not much I can do, but he is working that inside line about as much as he can. You know that track's slicking up. You can hear him getting out of the throttle as he's still holding that lead. Bo Stenzel right behind him. Let's take a look at what he's got. He's trying to get on the inside of him. I switched to Bo. I'm not on James no more. James is on his outside, as you can see right there, as Bo Stenzel's trying to see what he could do in that second place position. Go ahead and take a look at what Dalton Bragg has in front of him. He has a real good view at this battle for second. He's got about 0.4 of a second between him and Chase Keith right behind him, so he's got a little bit of space. He really needs to take advantage, though, with these two fighting in front of him to really try to get caught back up. But as you can see, James Murphy and Bo Stenzel are kind of in their own little world up here. 19 laps in of our 40-lap feature of the Bender Designs UMP Modifieds. Max, yeah, you're right. We should have placed a bet on cautions. We like always messing around with goofy over-unders on cautions. I could have probably said over-under 11, and we killed it tonight because it was definitely going over the way we're running right now. But we finally got a good green flag racing run. So you can see James Murphy and Bo Stenzel riding it around on the low side there. They got a commanding lead over Colton Zimmer in that number 20 car. But like I said, don't count him out. Colton Zimmer has worked his way through the field. Literally came from last. That car is on a rail. He's trying to do what he can. He's already rounded that caution or distance up from 3 seconds down. I believe he was about 2.5 seconds down. Looks like Christopher Hibbs in the number 25 was caught up in that, but that couldn't have helped anybody more than Colton Zimmer in that number 20 machine, as he is coming with a vengeance. I guarantee he does not forget what happened to him probably about 10 laps into the race. Let's go ahead and take a look at what happened here. Looks like it's going to be Landon Rogers, Christopher Hibbs. We'll play this back a little bit, see if I missed anything. We'll go to a far chase view of Christopher Hibbs on slow motion, and I'll call it as I see it. Christopher Hibbs is going to take that outside line. It looks like, I don't know if Landon Rogers broke or what specifically happened, but that might have been on him, actually. Let's go ahead and... I see his car, or it almost looked like his left front was wobbling. Let's go ahead and take a little bit further view and see what happened from him. Yeah, you guys see his left front wobbling? I think his tire was already broke, actually. I'm not exactly sure how he broke it, but that's exactly what caused him to beeline straight up. When your left front suspension breaks like that, especially in these open wheels, you are done. There's not much you can do there. I'm going to go ahead and play it back and see if we can find it. I'm not going to sit here and stare, but I mean, you could even see... There it was, right there on that inside tire. I will slow-mo it coming out of 3 and 4. You see him smack it. Right here. Charles New got it too, but the number 8 of Landon Rogers, it got him the worst. That is what ultimately ended up bringing that caution out, unfortunately. So we'll go ahead and get caught back up with our leaders as we get ready to go green flag racing. We are halfway through the Bender Designs UMP Modifieds Week 2 racing here at Lucas Oil Speedway. 20 laps in of our 40-lap race. James Murphy led all 20 of them, I believe, maybe other than a crossover pass here and there coming out of 4. He has been your most consistent car out here. Bo Stenzel right behind him, though. It's not like he is much further back. He's been about a 10th or 2/10ths of a second behind him the whole race. Colton Zimmer, though, like I said, he got knocked out in the beginning. He ended up getting knocked to the tail. He is already back to 3rd. He might be the fastest car on the track right now. I'm very curious to see what he's going to be able to do now that he's rounded out a podium position at the top 3 right now. 4th place, I believe, is still being held by Chase Keith, according to my scoreboard. 5th place is still going to be held by the number 12 car. Oh, no, it is not. Holy crap, I am way off. Dalton Bragg is actually going to be, I believe, 10th or 11th. So we'll go ahead and confirm the top 4 is James Murphy, Bo Stenzel, Colton Zimmer, and Chase Keith as we get ready to go green flag racing here in the next lap or two. I see the number 3 car, Levi Wilkerson, or actually the number 5 car of Ty Williams working to make his way caught back up to the field right now as we get ready to go green flag racing, I believe this time by... Yep, there is the 1 to green call by race control right now as we'll get caught back up with our leader, James Murphy, as he gets ready to take the field around through the front stretch. I tell you what, I've never played a Switch for any of the online games, but I bet that's actually really interesting. Other than like Mario Kart, I haven't played too much of those, but I know World of Outlaws is a very popular game on console. I tell you what, as far as racing in general, I know this is not dirt like circle racing. You'll have to check out Dirt Rally 2.0. That's a great game in general. But we are already bringing out another yellow flag. I see the number 14 car, Chase Keith, got the worst end of that. Let's see what happened there. So it looks like this pretty much stems from the start. We'll go ahead and take a far chase view of Chase Keith and see what happened. Chase Keith again with that number orange tire. He has had a date with that tire about 4 times. I don't know if I broke his left front right there. Number 3 car ends up getting to the inside of him and causes him to touch. I don't know if his tire was already broke. They'll probably take a look at that and make a call in the race control booth. We'll go ahead and get caught back up with our leaders as we get ready to go green flag racing. I tell you what though, it seems like everybody has something to do with that inside tire. I don't know if he's got a bone to pick with him. I don't know if they want to give it a kiss or a date. I don't know what the case may be. Everybody wants something to do with that inside orange tire. I've seen about 4 cars hit it tonight. 3 cars flip over for it. Been a very, very interesting race, and that orange tire is going to take out more people than any dirty driver ever could. Go ahead and take a look at that Toby Kirk machine. I know a few people are calling it out. I tell you what, Toby Kirk is sitting, I believe, scored in, depending how they line up, Levi Wilkerson potentially in 4th place right now. Like I said, if you're not efficient, be consistent. I'm watching that man come up to the front. I told him I said he was going to win. I kind of meant it as a joke, but I did say earlier in the stream he was going to win. I will edit that and put it on social media and act like I called it. We are waiting to go. I believe we're still most likely scoring the incident as we're waiting on the number 15 car of Charles New III right now to get caught back up to the front stretch of our leaders. In that case, with everybody on the track, we'll probably go 1 to green this time by. Well, they are not going 1 to green yet. I am going to take about a 30-minute intermission. I will stay locked into our leader, James Murphy, real quick, as I am going to get a refill on my drink, and we will keep commentating this race with 19 laps to go. Go ahead and comment in chat who you think is going to win. I apologize about that. I am back now. It looks like we went green flag racing 3 laps in. I've missed. We are 16 laps to go. Bo Stenzel's going to be your leader. Colton Zimmer in that number 20 car has really made an inside push there. Like I said, he is just as fast as our leaders. And with him getting knocked to the back, I think he's going to make it interesting. James Murphy's sitting in 2nd place right now. He's been your leader this whole entire time, but he burned up too much of his tires to really get around. That might have been the strategy, to just save what you have and then let it out at the end, especially with all the cautions we've had, getting everybody bundled back up together. Looks like outside of our top 3, we're going to have Levi Wilkerson sitting in 4th place, and after that we got a nice little gap separating 4th and 5th, at least a second and a half. between Levi and Dylan Patterson. Dylan Patterson is going to be your 5th place car with Landon Rogers right behind him in 6th. Ty Williams will be 7th and Drew Junkman will be 8th as we go back to our top 3. Stenzel's going to cross back over on the inside. I don't think he's going to lead that lap. I think it's going to be James Murphy. Still Bo Stenzel. Nope, it is James Murphy. Bo Stenzel's going to come around him in turn 2. James Murphy's going to try to take that outside line. Bo Stenzel's going to try to block. There's that midway slider. James is going to cross over. I think he's going to get him this lap. Let's see.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Yellow flag. I don't think he had the position before the sector. I think Bo's going to end up getting that. Let's go ahead and see what happened on that caution. I see the number 25 car stopped on the track. Number 25 car is going to be, I believe that is Christopher Hibbs. Let's go ahead and take a look at what happened there. Oop, may have went too far. As we see him coming around on that outside line. Looks like that's Charles New in the 15 right under him. He's coming in the exit of 2. Looks like he just had a little bit too much speed, not enough cushion, and another date with those tires. This time it was the outside. It's the first time the outside tires have been hit today, so we'll go ahead and get that car. It looks like he has a straight beeline to the pits to get repaired, and he can get back on the track and get back racing. For the most part, it's been a lot better since that first slew of cautions. We have 10 laps to go. Coming the green flag racing the next time by. Believe it is going to be James Murphy still sitting in, or did he get that lead back, or is it going to be scored as Bo? Bo was around him for the lap, but Lucas Oil is one of those tracks where it has sectors on it, and you can go ahead and based off where the caution was thrown, he might have the lead. We'll have to see how it goes this time by. Tell you what, guys, go ahead and give me your opinion who you think's going to win. Other than Wes, I do know Wes thinks Toby Kirk is going to win. But other than that, everybody else, give me your opinion on who you think's going to win this race. Wes, give me your opinion on how much you think Toby is going to win this race by. While we sit here and wait to go green flag racing. Just want to thank our sponsors one more time. First of all, Third Party Gaming for putting all of this on. We can't appreciate them enough. Of course, this is the Bender Designs UMP Modifieds house sponsor for the league. If you ever need any kind of graphics, flyers, album covers, multimedia designs, GIFs, even everything, he can pretty much do it all. Go ahead and give him a call. Outside of that, Troy's Auto Detailing, he is a house sponsor for the 360 Sprint, so if you ever need a car, anything detailed or anything like that, go ahead and give him a call, as well as Williams Asphalt and Seal Coating. He is our track sponsor for all the races in the 360 Sprints. So if you ever need any kind of asphalt or seal coating needs in the Butler County, Michigan area, give them a call. Other than that, we're going green flag racing. Bo Stenzel's taking them inside. James Murphy is going to sit in the outside line trying to go around him. Landon Rogers, Drew Junkman behind him, get together. They're spinning. Caution's back out again, coming outside of 2. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we could see there. He might not be the best car to view here. Let's take a view of Landon Rogers, what we had happen here. First 4 look really good coming into that turn. Unfortunately, everybody gets bundled up. Not really any checking up there. Next 3 cars get into each other. Landon, Dylan Patterson, Ty Williams on the inside. Causes Landon Rogers to go up. Hit Drew Junkman on the outside and causes him to spin. Another near miss by Toby Kirk. I could probably count at least 4 to 5 near misses that Toby Kirk's had. We could probably make a compilation of them by the end of this race as we go ahead and get ready to get everybody lined back up with 10 laps to go. Alright, it looks like everybody is out of the pits right now. We'll go ahead and go over our top 5 cars. The number 6 car is still going to be driven by Bo Stenzel. 65 machine of James Murphy is going to be sitting in second. The number 20 car of Colton Zimmer is going to be your 3rd place driver. Number 3 of Levi Wilkerson is sitting in 4th. In 5th place behind him, I know it says Landon Rogers on the screen. He was involved in that caution. It's going to be Dylan Patterson in the number 25 or 27 machine. As we are still waiting to go on the green, I assume Race Control is still making a call. Outside of that, let's see if we can take a look at our back half of our top 10. So like 6th place is going to be driven by the number 17 car of Drew Junkman. 7th place behind him is going to be the number 5 car of Ty Williams. 8th place is going to be the number 15 of Charles New III. 9th place, the chat favorite, is going to be Toby Kirk. 10th place is going to be the number 25 car, Christopher Hibbs, rounding out our top 10. And 11th place will be the number 77 of Samuel Stevenson. We're still waiting to go 1 to green. I believe they will probably do it this time by, if I'm going to take a guess. Yeah, there's definitely going to be an interesting montage. There's going to be a lot of editing done of this race over the next couple days for socials. The amount of near misses, just individual wrecks in general, have been a clip worthy. Have been, we got plenty. We got plenty of them for all you guys. As we're going to sit here and wait for Bo Stenzel to take him around on the backstretch and take him to green flag racing. Who do you guys think is going to get it? Bo Stenzel, James Murphy, Colton Zimmer. They have been pretty much the 3 consistent favorites all night tonight. I don't know if anybody else is going to have anything for them, but we're going to see with 10 laps to go. It's going to be a good start. Bo's going to take him out. He's got about 3 cars ahead of James Murphy right now, and Colton Zimmer is right on his bumper. It's going to be a clean exit out of Bo coming out of turn 2 as he takes him down the backstretch. I think Bo's going to lead this lap, first lap after green. James Murphy is going to be in second, and Dylan Patterson, Colton Zimmer, and I believe that's Levi Wilkerson with Drew Junkman behind him. You got a 4-way fight going on for 3rd place right now. Colton Zimmer is still going to be the winner of that 4-way fight as we speak right now, as Dylan Patterson is doing everything he can to hold forward from Drew Junkman. Ty Williams is even want to see what he can do to try to make an inside move right there. Colton Zimmer and Dylan Patterson are going to touch. Colton Zimmer is going to take the outside line. Can he stay off the tires? He can, but he's going to lose about 4 spots. Let's see if he can do anything with about 7 laps to go. Drew Junkman, though, is doing everything he can to really see if he can make a pass into that top 5, as he's trying to do everything he can to get around Dylan Patterson, maybe even take a 3rd place podium position. As we go back and take a quick look at our leaders right now, Bo Stenzel and James Murphy. They have quite literally a 2-second lead. If you look at the track map, they got half a front stretch ahead of everybody. It's pretty much going to be a battle between these two for the win. Who do you guys think is going to get it? I don't think Colton Zimmer is going to have anywhere close to enough time to even catch him, as I see him scored in 7th right now. 3 laps to go right now. Bo Stenzel's still holding a commanding lead. James Murphy's trying to jump in there, but as soon as he tried to jump on the inside, he checked up a little and he lost a lot of ground. He's going to be able to make it back up. He's sitting about a half a second, 4/10 of a second behind the leader right now. 3 laps to go. It seems like at the beginning of the race, the top line was really the line to have, and now it's kind of transferred to the bottom. Then again, what am I saying? Turn 3 and 4, we're going top. 1 and 2, we're going bottom. Let's see what these guys are going to do. 2 laps to go. I don't know if James is going to have enough to catch up to Bo. He's really trying to do everything he can. I just don't think he's going to have enough to do it. Bo is looking to get 2 in a row here. Bo is your week 1 winner, and it's looking like he's going to be your week 2 winner as he takes the white flag this time by 1 lap to go of the Bender Designs UMP Modifieds. Last-ditch effort from your points leader, James Murphy. He ain't going to get it. It is going to be Bo Stenzel, 2 in a row for week 2. James Murphy will be your 2nd place car. Who is going to round out 3rd? It is going to be Drew Junkman's going to get 3rd, Dylan Patterson in 4th, and Levi Wilkerson in 5th. Outside of that, it's going to be Charles New, the 3rd, in 6th. Landon Rogers in 7th. Toby Kirk in 8th. Samuel Stevenson will be 9th, and Ty Williams will round out your top 10. Outside of that, you're going to have, Landon Rogers will round out your top 10. Ty Williams will be your 11th place car, followed by Colton Zimmer and Dalton Bragg. We'll go ahead and get a quick viewpoint of these cars real quick. Alright, we will get this set up. There we go. Close enough. We got your top three pictured right here. We are going to do an interview with your top three drivers, Drew Junkman, James Murphy, and Bo Stenzel here in about 90 seconds. Stay tuned, everybody, and we'll get them pulled up in here. All right, everybody. Welcome back to the conclusion of the Bender Decides UMP Modifieds for Week 2. Your winner is going to be Bo Stenzel. Second place is going to be James Murphy. And rounding out your podium is going to be Drew Junkman. We're going to go ahead and get interviews started with our top three. And we're going to start with third place, Drew Junkman. Drew, I mean, pretty much a familiar territory as far as we're concerned. I mean, you've already won one race this season, I believe, in one of our series, the late models. You've been very consistent in modifieds. I'm sure it's gonna get you feeling really good with playoffs and stuff. But man, what a race! How were you able to keep your car clean?
Well, honestly, the quick repairs came in clutch there a little bit.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue that at all. I think at one point we had probably 14. I think we were at 14 or 15 cautions total. I had to go ahead and get the total amount of it up, but it was it was definitely an insane race. I don't know who Hard Charger would end up being, but I think everybody ended up coming from last at some point. You got any sponsors or anybody you want to thank for that?
CSR Crystals Racing, pretty much it.
Easy enough. Well, we'll go ahead and end that with Drew Junkman. He's going to be our third place finisher, everybody. Following up with that, we're going to have James Murphy, our second place car in the 65 machine. James, I know you were our points leader after week one. You're probably going to be in second after week two, but God, that's a heck of a feeling, especially first time being in one of our leagues. It's got to make you feel great going into the playoffs, but man, I thought you had something for Bo. Did something happen to your car kind of toward the end of the race? Did you burn your tires? What happened there?
I think I was just on a little bit different of a gear, and on all those restarts, it just killed me. And it seemed like we couldn't get a lap going there, so I didn't have much of a chance. I knew he was fast, and I was just holding on.
Yeah, at one point I was genuinely concerned if we were going to get a lap on. Normally I don't ever have to make like the time comment about our time session running out, but a couple times we had to comment on it because we had so many cautions. But heck of a run, second place finish. You can't complain there. Do you got anybody you want to thank?
Thank y'all for putting it on. AJ Hunsinger with the rap, everybody with the League of Outlaws and Talking Dirt.
Perfect. And that's going to be James Murphy, your second place finisher. And as of last week, he was your points leader. I believe he's going to be, at the very least, top two in points. We'll have to get everything calculated, but that's James Murphy, everybody. And to round it out, I've done this so many times. I feel like I'm going to do it a lot. Bo Stenzel, you have won another 3PG race. I would ask you how you feel, but I feel like it's just too common anymore, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of good races with the league so far. I think that was honestly one of the worst ones, but you'll have that having a car, a new series that you guys bring on, having a lot of new drivers. So, I mean, other than that, when we actually had some green flag laps and race wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I won't argue with you. I think I made the comment that it probably was the second worst race we had as far as cautions outside of like our very first season in general. I mean it was a rough one. We don't like them to go like that, but I mean it is what it is. You take the good with the bad. Anybody you want to thank for another strong performance?
Yeah, I want to thank Drew. He's been helping me a lot so far in the UMPs. But I want to thank Speed Ranch, Tanner Tomasi, Midwest Suspension, and Joshua Kunsbeck for making this wrap.
I tell you what, if anybody's looking for a setup, especially looking at Speed Ranch guys, Bo Stenzel is. I would say Bo Stenzel has won more races in 3PG League races than any other driver we've had so far. I'm going to have to eventually get a count up. But go ahead and check those guys out. Bo, I appreciate it. James, Drew, I appreciate you guys as well. We'll go ahead and get you guys out of here, and I'll go over the final notes of the race.
Yep, thank you.
Alright, everybody, we'll go ahead and end it with this. As you can see, we'll go over our top 10 real quick. Bo Stenzel was our winner, of course. James Murphy second. Drew Junkman rounding out the podium. Top 5 is going to be held up by Dylan Patterson and Levi Wilkerson in 4th and 5th. 6th place will be held by Charles New to 3rd. 7th place, Toby Kirk. 8th place, Samuel Stevenson. 9th place, Christopher Hibbs. 10th place, Landon Rogers. Tell you what, even though it was a rough week of racing, we got through it. It happens. Everybody's going to learn from it, and we're going to come back out for a very strong week 3 of the Bender Designs UMP Modifieds. What we have left this week at 10 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, we have the Third Party Gaming Pro Late Models. Looking for another strong performance. That has been probably our strongest league at this point, and we are in